Start streaming. I should. There we go. All right, live on YouTube. Finally. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you again, Facebook, for being a little patient with me here as I work on OBS for YouTube. And soon I'll probably bring OBS to Facebook as well. I'm just trying it on one spot and trying the other day I did it on Twitch, so that went successful. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And now here we are on YouTube, so I'm getting better with the software. So little small updates here and there. And this time YouTube, you should see the right screens. The last time I did the whole exercise lounge with the wrong screen, so I apologize. But anyways, oh, let me start recording here. Um, so, Exercise Lounge. For those who are not familiar with the Exercise Lounge, we do this every week. We try to, anyways, and it's usually 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a place for us to get together as a community, and we'll talk about something that's on my mind. Or if you have something on your mind that you'd like to talk about, we can talk about that as well. We will also talk about our goals, accountability, and for me, I'll briefly give you what I've been doing just so you can kind of see the format. And then finally, we'll talk about community news, which I have a lot of them. So let's just jump right into it. What's been on my mind? So, actually, if you've been on the other platforms, I talk about how I didn't really have much over the last weekend that was on my mind. But one thing did come up. So, have you ever like gone to a place, a lake, a party, anything like that, and came back and or just did not feel like working out? Well, I went to the lake on Saturday, last Saturday, and I don't like the water here in New England. It's too cold for me. And so I like the water that is in Mexico, Florida, anywhere where it's like warm. I need warm water. In New England, we don't have that usually. So normally if you see me at a water area, you will see me in the sun baking because that's how I like it. But the problem with baking in the sun is that it sucks the energy out of you, right? I don't know if you've ever been in the sun for quite some time, but it really sucks the energy out of you. At least it does me. So when I got home, I still haven't worked out, and I really wanted to work out. So what did I do? By midnight, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to go to bed without doing something. And that's what's been on my mind, doing something, because this happened to me, usually happens to the individuals that I'm coaching. And as I'm coaching them, there's inevitably a time, especially when things get tough and we're really dancing on that fine line of pushing their bodies and giving them enough rest that they don't feel like going out for a run. And and so typically what I would do is tell them that you have to get out there. And this flashback came to me while I was having the same feelings. And it's not new to me. It's happened to me before, and this is typically what ends up happening when I sit in the sun. So I knew it was going to happen. But the end result is that I wanted to work out, or, well, I did, but I didn't. I was on that fine line of like, I know I should, but I don't really want to. And so, how do I get myself to do it? And I flash back to what I do to the athletes that I coach. And it's a three-step process. And the three-step process is simple. First step is to visualize. So, a lot of you, if you're like me, and maybe at some point you'll get to this and you may not have this happen to you, so you got to skip to step two. But for a lot of us, knowing that we put our heads down to go to sleep before we actually did anything, the workout, I should say, the workout that we were going to do, that we planned to do, especially if we have a plan, that's even worse. we usually feel bad. Like the next day, we feel like we skipped out on something, that we're further behind than when we were before. And so this feeling comes up, and how do we deal with that? And typically, if you just go to bed, you wake up the next morning with those regrets. So, what I tell the athletes to do is step one, always visualize. And you're going to visualize two scenarios. And you're going to do it in this order. First, you're going to visualize you not doing the workout. Then, you're going to visualize when you do the workout. But we're going to tap into our feelings. What I mean by that is you are going to sit there and visualize at the end of the day, go through the end of the day, you just going to sleep and thinking to yourself, how am I going to feel if I didn't do anything? And then I want you to bring up those feelings that you have, that regretfulness, the you're missing something, you're falling behind. I want you to try to enhance that. And even if you don't feel it, like try to pretend or feel that that's happening. Then once you've done that and you're feeling kind of cruddy, that might be enough. But if not, go to the next visualization, which is visualize how you're going to feel if you do it. Like you're going to feel like, yes, I feel more accomplished because I did something when I didn't feel like doing it. I feel that I'm still on track and that you're not letting yourself down. Like let those positive, like you're feeling good, you're feeling stronger, like yeah, you got this. So let that visualization come through. If that doesn't, that should be enough to kick you over the edge to get you going. If it doesn't, then you go to step two. Step two is you dress as if, or prepare as if. So if for the runners, I tell them to just put on your shoes, put on your running gear, and that's all you need to do for step two. If you're gonna go do a workout and you're not a runner, whatever you would do in order to get ready, I would do that. Let's say you want to prepare meals for the week and you don't do it. You know what's going to happen if you push it off, but if you get past that, maybe just take out the recipe book and start pulling the rest, like all the ingredients and the measuring things. And that's like preparing as if. So you want to prepare. That should enough be the moment that pushes you over. If not, then go to step three. Step three is to just start. Do something. It could be 1 minute. Do 1 minute of the workout that you're going to do. Start putting together the first meal that you are going to prepare for the week. After the first minute or first meal, then go to 5 minutes or double it. Go 2 minutes. Go 5 minutes. Then go 10 minutes. But as you're going through it, you're going to ask your, like, set the time or the let's say cutoff and just say, okay, I can do 1 minute, or yeah, I can make one meal. And at the end of that 1 minute or first meal, say to yourself, how do I feel? Do I feel like keep on going, or do I feel like stopping? Do I feel like stopping even more than I did originally? Because if you're going back mentally, then you want to stop. If you feel the same or feel better at the end of that first threshold that you give yourself, say a minute, then try going 5 and see what happens. Then just keep going and going. Most likely, as you get going, you're going to see that if you just allow yourself to keep going, you're going to go and do exactly what it was that you wanted to do. That was what you were waiting for, was just getting through step by step. But what you need to do is give yourself permission, which means you need to give yourself permission to not be perfect and be okay with stopping, because we're going to trick the brain. How we trick the brain is telling it we're going to do something, but give it permission to give up. Because sometimes why we don't want to exercise is because we are fighting it mentally. And if we give ourselves that mental permission to give up, then you could be okay. And you're tricking your mind. Sometimes, like some of us, we may be stubborn and say to ourselves, I'm not doing this because I'm telling myself I have to do it. By telling yourself you have to do it, some of us, our minds flip over and say, nope, yeah, I'm definitely not doing this. By giving ourselves the permission, one, stops the mental turmoil, the fight that you have in there, and to not have that extra energy going towards fighting yourself, but giving yourself the permission to let go. And then for those of you who, just despite the fact that you're not wanting to do something, um, will resist it and not do it anyway. So giving yourself that permission to give up is necessary in this 3-step process. So while you're visualizing, if at the end you feel even worse after envisioning what it is that you want to do, then just stop. If you get past that and you can get dressed and prepare as if, and you feel like you just really don't want to do it, like you feel even worse, then back off and don't do it. If you get into the workout and you start doing 1 minute, let yourself not, like, don't even think about the 5 minutes. Don't think about the 10 minutes. All you're focused on is this 1 minute. Once you get past the 1 minute, you're focused on the next 4 minutes to get to the 5. And then you're focused on the next 5 to get to the 10. Does that make sense? And then as you go along, you're checking yourself mentally. Do I not want to do this? Am I really not wanting this to happen? And most likely, you're going to find that you're going to get through it. Most of the time, 90% of the time, the athletes end up doing what they want to do. Now, you can also alter the workout itself completely or a little bit. Some people will go out there, because we usually say we want to go this distance at this speed for or this time length at this speed, and we want to be doing hills or flats or rolling, or whatever comes your way. And so what we'll end up doing is switch it up if we need to. Maybe today we won't go as hard as we normally would, or maybe we won't go for as long as we would, but we'll go with the same intensity levels. Or maybe we'll change it up and not do a hill workout today. Maybe we'll move that to another day and just do a recovery run or something like that. So you're mixing it up to make it useful for you. Or let's say you don't even do that. Let's say that you completely skip all of that and just do something completely different. Maybe instead of going for a run, you're going to go do a CrossFit workout. Maybe instead of doing a swim, you're going to go for, you're just going to go play baseball with your kids or something like that, or whatever. Just whatever it takes to get you going is the important part. That's so important, is just to get out there and do something. Now, so we've talked about not wanting to do it, the 3 steps to actually get you to go out there and go exercise or prepare those meals. Now you're in it. We talked about what to do while you're actually in the exercise, how to mix it up. Now, what's going to happen? So as we go through these phases, now the next step is important, just as important, because something's going to happen after you're done. You're going to realize something. You're going to find out that you either found a new exercise. Like for me, for instance, if I'm out there running and today I have to walk because mentally I just don't want to do it today, so I changed it up and I decided I'm going to do a walk. I tend to find new trails because I'm slowing down. And when I'm slowing down and taking, in the environment compared to running, sometimes, especially in the woods, I walk in the woods, I typically find a new path. And when I find a new path, what does that mean? The next time I go running, I have a new place to explore. Going back to my story that I told earlier about the weekend where I was not wanting to work out after going to the lake. I wanted to bear crawl. That was my workout, bear crawl. And I decided I was just going to do something just to do something and to build the habit. And so what I ended up doing was just having fun. I was trying different things. And I decided as I was doing the bear crawl, just making it random, not doing my normal routine, I decided I'm going to do a push up and see how many I can do. I went to go do one push up. And oh my goodness, I thought I was going to rock it, but nope. I had trouble just doing one push up. And all this time I thought I was working those muscles doing during the bear crawl. So what's the moral of that short story? As you do different things, you're going to find that there could be other things that you can incorporate that you never knew. And so in my case, I'm now going to, hey Chad, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Feel free to jump up if you like. I don't know if you can jump up here. So YouTube, just to let you know, I'm also on Facebook, and Facebook, I'm on YouTube streaming. Um, and just for those on Facebook, I'm using OBS, trying that out and doing some overlays right now to see how that's working. And last week I had a little glitch, but this week I seem to be back on track. Uh, so Chad, I hope all is going well. Um, I'll be talking about you in a minute, in a little bit here, as I finish up this story. So as you go through your exercises and just doing something, you may find something that triggers you, something that may take you to that next edge. You know, one of the things that I find interesting, and I was no different till this new chapter of my life, I find that people like to identify themselves as something. Like, I'm a CrossFit person, I'm a runner, I'm a jiu-jitsu, I'm taekwondo, whatever it is. And we pigeonhole ourselves into these who I need to be. And it sometimes can lead to trouble. And for those of us who are not out there trying to achieve a new personal best, that are just going out there, just trying to be healthy, just trying to have fun, and just get out there and move, this could be an eye-opening thing for you to just let go and just say, I'm not a runner today. Today I am a ultimate frisbee player. Um, Tomorrow I'm hopscotch. The next day, I'm jump rope. Give yourself permission to play in this realm. Because what's most important out of all this, because at the end of the day, what I've discovered as I get older, I'm not going to be as fast as I used to be when I was 20. It's a lot harder to get there. At least in this season of my life, the way I can train doesn't allow me to be as fast as I used to be. So getting rid of that identity and saying I have to be that best runner out there, and just saying no, what's important is that I am a healthy person, that I can be there for my grandkids, my children, and live a long life and keep having the energy that I need to get out there and be there for NFT athletic community and show up and keep going and keep pressing and inspiring people wherever I can. That's most important to me. Not being a runner that can run a 5K or a 10K half marathon marathon. That's where the stage I am in my life. Now, later on, when I get more time, I may challenge myself a bit and say, yes, I'm going to try to see if I can, how I compare to 40, 50-year-old individuals. That might be my next realm. But at the same time, what's most important is to be healthy long term, and just giving yourself that permission to play when you don't want to work out should be okay. One day is not going to kill you. But what we do want to look out for is if one day turns into two. You wake up the next day, or a couple of weeks, or 3, 4 days later, and you're back at, I don't feel like working out. And then a third time comes. Now we may be running into burnout. We may be running into physical injury that we're trying to avoid, and we need to understand that. In my case, I knew that I was going to have a rough time after going to the lake and sitting in the sun all day. I knew that I wasn't going to want to work out later on. So that was explainable. If you're staying up late, not drinking enough, eating bad foods, you're going to feel sluggish, and that should be a key to why you're not going out there and wanting to do the exercise. That's different than doing these healthy things and going out there and exercising and don't want to do it. Maybe you're pushing yourself too hard. Maybe it's not, you're not getting enough variety in even the workouts that you're doing, are like running. If you're just going out there running, after a while you get the same routes, you're going to get bored. So what we do in my training programs is we have like this roller coaster ride I take you on to like change it up, mix it up, and even though the overall is the same like patterns throughout your travels as we get you better and better, you're going to have goods, you're going to have lows, you're going to have in there we're injecting different things to make it exciting for you. All right. So that's something you need to look at. And habits. Habits. That's the last thing of just doing something. Is why that's important is you want to build habits. Habits are so important. And it's not necessarily that you weren't able to do the workout perfectly. It's just being able to go out there and do something and put your head on that pillow so that you feel stronger the next day, and you know that you have the tool now to help you go out there and do something that you want to do, that you don't want to do, but you really want to do. And that's powerful, because if you're not burning out mentally, then being able to go out there and do something even though you didn't want to do it is going to strengthen you mentally. So just something to think about. So that's what's been on my mind for this week. Let's talk about accountability. So in this, I'm working on something huge right now. And what does that mean? I haven't been able to exercise as much as I wanted to at the intensity that I wanted to. So I'm changing it up a bit again because I'm in a different season right now, and it's a short sprint season. I say sprint, but it's been pretty intense the last week. For over a week now, I've been working on something really cool that I can't wait to. I've been thinking about it for a long time, trying to figure out how it was going to happen. Now I'm just making it happen, and I've just been spending as much time for one entire week, like literally just going all out, like all I can think about and building. So I haven't been able to exercise as much as I wanted to. So this coming week, I don't expect anything different. I expect that I will still be walking, running, because I'm trying to get my running up to 30 minutes straight. But I'm relaxing more on the bear crawls right now, or focusing more on the bear crawl and less on the run walk, or more on the run walk instead of the bear crawl, instead of trying to do 1 hour of intense workout. Just not in that spot right now, and I'm giving myself that permission to be flexible. And once I get past this, then I'll move there. Eating's been fine. Been keeping my eating right where I like it. Posture workouts, been doing fine. The pull-ups, I've been getting better with the pull-ups. So I have to do that, like, when you do a first pull-up, or when you do a pull-up, you're not supposed to raise your knees and kind of use your core strength to kind of like propel you up. You're just supposed to grab and just pull yourself up. So the first one, I do that still. But as I go down and come back up, I can get halfway. I can get halfway up, which is like awesome, because that means I'm getting closer to being able to do one real pull up. And so the progress there I'm making, I'm pretty happy about. My water, though, however, I'm pretty disappointed. I was just talking about this yesterday on the other exercise lounge, and I don't know. It's because I don't have my cup with me. It's like one of those things that somehow I fell out of a habit that I had, and now I'm not drinking as much water as I used to. So I'm not happy with that. And so I'm gonna have to make sure I remember to go do that, is get my water in for me, especially for today. I got a lot going on. So that's my plan. Get up to 30 minutes of running continuously and turning my bear crawls actually into um, what's it called? A crow. And taking crow to a standing handstand. That's what I'm working on. So I got to do some research on that. Also, last Saturday, Sunday, I did an experiment. Chad, here's your part. This is where I'm talking about you. You brought up a point where we actually were not. Or sorry, I lost track of my thoughts there. You brought up like, what's the? Is there a difference between walking and running over a certain? I ended up doing it by distance. I can't remember if he said time or distance. I think it was distance. So if you did a 5K, does it matter? Would you burn more calories running versus walking? And so I went back and found some data, presented it, which caused some more conversations, direct message, and all this stuff with other community members. And so I said I was going to do an experiment. And so last Sunday, I went out to my track, the closest track I have, and I walked for 2 miles. And I told my watch I was walking for 2 miles. Then I ran for 2 miles, and I told my watch I was running for 2 miles. At the end of the 2 miles, what I found last time and what I found this time was that there was not a major difference between the two of them. And this time, what I found was that running over 2 miles, I had 20 extra calories burned running versus walking. And I was huffing and puffing, I'll tell you that. Um, I, I, I was I was happy yet not happy to know how fast I could run on a track. It was fun because I was going fast, but not as fast as I used to be. But I was faster than I thought I'd be, so it was kind of like this um, happy but depressed type of feeling because of where I used to be and now where I'm at. But anyways, so this weekend I'm taking the next step to the experiment, which is to tell my watch I'm doing a strength workout. And the strength workout, I'm going to walk 2 miles, record that, then I'm going to run 2 miles again and see if there's a difference between what my watch calculates for the calories burned. Now, there are other factors, of course, that I can't control so much because this is, let's say, an unscientific experiment, but I think it should be good enough for me to let you know what I found out. Is there going to be a difference between the calories that I burned tricking my watch and doing different exercises or different intensity levels? So that's interesting for me to find out, and then I'll bring that information to you. What would be interesting for me if you're watching this on the replay or you're live is to see if you get the same results as I'm getting. And then we can start sharing because maybe it's different for you versus me. And that way, as a community, we start building information for everybody to help them understand and be like, oh, well, I'm more like Angelo, or I'm more like Chad, or I'm more like, uh, uh, why can't I throw it a name out there? Um, Mariella, Marielle, or maybe I'm more like, I don't know, somebody else. You can relate to that person. Maybe it's Peg. I don't know. Um, you can relate to different people within the community. And so when they bring their data to you, you're going to listen to them and not so much me because right we relate to certain different people. So you may like or resonate with different individuals. So if we're bringing these experiments to everybody and new people come in or we're trying to help somebody, we can speak from experience. And that's another fun thing we can do is just these experiment. It was fun to go do that experiment. I haven't run or done 4 miles in quite some time. So doing that experiment did a couple of things for me. And so this weekend I'm going to do that. And then the next time I'm going to test different exercises. And what's interesting about testing the different exercises is that I found out as I pulled some research because one individual came up and said, "Well, running isn't the best way to burn calories." And so that made me think, well, what is the best way to burn calories? And currently my education brought something to me as I was doing my research, is that there's a during burn and an after burn. And you burn calories while you're exercising, and then apparently there's this afterburn after you're done exercising. You can still burn calories based on the exercise that you did, which is interesting for me because I never knew this existed. But this is why they're saying HIIT workouts are the best ones overall. Because according to what I found out so far, is that HIIT workouts after you're done still burns calories 24 hours after you've worked out. Now, I don't know what that means for running versus swimming versus all that, but the first experiment I'm going to do is recording during burn. And my expectation is per minute, per exercise, um, or per for different exercises, I'm going to try to figure out how much calories you burn per minute. So I'm going to try jump roping. I'm going to try all these different things during the week. So I'm going to try 7 different exercises and see which one burns the most calories per time. And that's like during the time period. Then I'm going to go back and try to figure out what this afterburn is. How do they even measure that? Is that something I can even test and experiment myself? And of course, once I figure all this stuff out, I will present this information to you and do with it what you like. So that's what's going on too. So I've been busy doing that. All right, so that's the accountability session. Let's go to what is it? Let's go to community news. I got my notes here because there's a lot going on in the community right now. All right. So if you don't know, currently we're in August. Sometimes I have to remind myself. And as we're in August, what we need, we have our event, of course, because we do our monthly events. And yes, thank you, Chad. With our event, it's called Eat My Dust August. And with Eat My Dust August, we now have 3 events you can choose from. We've added one. So you can do the running event, which includes a 5K, 10K, half, or full marathon. You can do an exercise event, which is do any type of exercise for 30 minutes long. It doesn't matter what the exercise is. And then we have a challenge. Now we're adding a challenge to every month. So this month's challenge is choose, or not choose, you have to exercise 7 days this month and do it for 30 minutes. So exercise 30 minutes and do that for 7 days out of the entire month of August. So it doesn't matter which days you do. What's important is that you do 7 of them and that you exercise for 30 minutes long. And that's our challenge to you for this month. So every month now we're going to give you a challenge, but you can still pick from the other 2 options, whether you want to do a running event or just do one day and do an exercise event. Because what we found is that choosing that one day a month to really push yourself to kind of check your progress is usually pretty helpful for those who are shooting for a let's say the next level and really trying to up their game in whatever it is that they're doing. So what time we at? Okay. So just doing that exercise may be something for you, but having a challenge may be something you're interested in, just to mix it up. So next month we'll have a different challenge. Maybe we'll be like do work up to a plank or something. I don't know. We'll just mix it up and just throw that out there. But in any case, there's 3 levels to register at. You have the free version. The free version, you get a exercise bib, a printable exercise bib, a POAP, and a certificate of completion. All of them have the artwork um, done by yours truly this month. But I thought it was interesting. I went a little, let's say, cartoonish on this one. Like I didn't go like full out trying to be very artsy. I was just trying to go, I don't know what kind of type you call that. But yeah, so all the artwork will have that. The basic level, which is $15, that is the same as the free version, only you get an NFT on top of that. So we'll airdrop you an NFT. And then the metal version, which is only in the US right now since shipping costs are really high, and the metal will have the artwork as well. And that's $35, and that's only within the US. If you're a gold member, free and basic is free. So that's one thing as a gold member, you can go do that. Let me actually pull that up. So actually, if you're on YouTube, you can see the link below, and that's right there is, going backwards here, is where you can go to get our events. So you can see what we've got going on there. I just mentioned memberships. So we have 3 memberships right now that are available. And here, if you're on YouTube again, here's the link you can go to in order to compare the different ones. We have a free version, we have a 1-year version, and we have a gold membership. I'm not going to go into many of them except for the gold members. So on Wednesday, our gold members got if you were there live stream, we're on Twitch streaming live our first NAC Warriors battle. And that was a little fun for me, I have to admit. It's not the best thing in the world, and we're in beta testing, but I did a couple of things, and it was fun, actually. And 1 hour blew by quickly for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but yeah, it was pretty fun, and just the first step. And there was a couple of glitches that leading up to that I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to, but just know if you're a gold member that at the end of the this week you'll see an update to your metadata on your membership. And just remember, I also airdropped you a token that was a free PFP for gold members. That there is going to represent your avatar itself. In the future, we'll update that, but right now, just know that by Sunday, I'll send out an email on Discord and or connect to all the gold members that we have. But you'll see on your metadata, I'll let you know. You'll have we're going to have clans. That's going to be blank for right now, but you'll see your avatar type, and meaning strength, speed character, or a magic, and I think there might be one other. And then you'll see all the points that you've earned through Strava. And if you become a gold member now, then I'll send you this information so that you can, and I'll walk you through what it looks like. But we're still in beta testing, and so going forward, by next month, we should be one step further than we were this month. So I'm pretty happy about what we did there. Gold members, stick around because I've got a lot of things that you're going to want to hear. So go check out our memberships. The free is free. I'm going to be doing something for all 3 levels, free, 1 year, and gold. And of course, if you're a gold member, you are pretty much set. I can't wait to tell you what I'm working on for you. And all the others are going to get perks too, but nothing will ever be like our gold member. Just a note, if you want to know about our gold membership, you can always reach out to me on Discord or talk to our gold members on our Discord. You can see if they're a gold member because they have that role attached to them, and you can ask them some questions. But yeah, I'm excited about that. We also have our free assessment. Again, YouTube, here you can go. Oops, wrong place. Where's the assessment? Nope. That's wrong. So another glitch I have to fix here. So if you are, go to our website, go to NFTathleticCommunity.com. I can pull that up here. And why is that all scrunchy? Let's try. I messed something up. Well, if you go to NFTathleticCommunity.com, I'll fix that for next time on OBS. You can go to start your journey here, and then you'll see an assessment. Or you can go to NFTathleticCommunity.com/assessment, and you will see that you'll come to the assessment. It's a free assessment that we're doing for everybody right now, and we're only doing that for the month of August. So if you know somebody or you yourself want to take a free health and fitness assessment, please take advantage of that. And we're going to take that assessment and build you your own personal fitness plan, health and fitness plan. And after that, you can sign up for a 30-minute free Zoom or phone call to go over that plan, and that's only for the rest of this month. After August, it's going away for for a short period of time. We're going to take it off the table for August. No, we're in August, September, and October, and then we'll put it back out there on um, what is it? November, December, and the first week of January. And this is our way of giving for the holidays. We're going to open that back up. You have to be a member for September and October in order to get the free assessment, whether it be the free 1 year or gold membership. In order to get the free assessment after this month, you have to be a member. November, December, and the first week of January, we'll open it back up for the last time, because after that, we're going to go, you have to be a member in order to get the free assessment. Um, you We'll open it free again, and then after that, you have to be a member. So just remember, so if you know somebody, let them know, because this is going to be closing up very soon. And so far, great results. Everybody's been happy with the free assessments that we've been giving. Let's see. Coming soon. So this thing that I've been working on intensely for like I've been thinking about it for a very long time. I've been preparing everything for it for a very long time. But actually executing it and putting it together has been really intense the last week. And I hope to have it out by the end of sometime during the end of this month or the very beginning of September. I want it out by September 1st. That's my goal, to get this out. And it's going to be really big. It's going to be, well, I say it's really big. For those who are busy parents, that's the only hint I'm going to give you. For busy parents who are trying to get healthy, I've got something big coming for you. If you're a gold member, you're going to be really impressed with what I'm going to give you for what I'm preparing. So I can't wait to tell you what it is. I can't wait to show it to you, but just know you're going to get something, and you're going to be able to give something away. Or give it away, sell it. So you're going to get a separate NFT that you're going to be able to do whatever you want with this thing that I'm building. And for those that are in the 1 year, you'll get some sort of, perk as well. And then if you're a free member, I'll throw something in there for you as well. But I can't wait to launch this. I've been like constantly, like nonstop. This is like all I've been pouring my life into the last week to actually create, no longer thinking. So just be prepared for this. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Let's see what's next. Okay. For those of you who like hesitate to do the assessments and things like that, I get that, because it asks for your email and stuff. I just want to reiterate, if you're not on the other platforms, these emails, like if you sign up to an event, you're only going to get an email from me or from NFT Athletic Community about the event. If you do the sign up for membership, I'm only going to send you stuff that relates to memberships. I'm not going to spam you. If you became a member, I'm not going to spam you the events that we do. If you take the free assessment, I'm going to just email you back the plan. I'm not going to tell you, hey, go check out this event. We got this event coming up. We are going to create a newsletter section on our website that you can click if you want emails. And once a month, we'll create like a brief newsletter of what's going on, so you're always up to date, because you want that. And then you can see, oh, September, they've got this going on. Over here, they got this going on. And you can always go to our Google Calendar, by the way. And if you go to our website, go to Start Your Journey Here, there's a tab that says uh, calendar. Go there and you'll see what we're doing, when we're doing it, where we're doing it. If there's a link, if I'm able to put the link up there quick enough. Sometimes I'm working last minute, but usually I try on Sundays to update everything. But just to let you know that that's there for you. But we'll do this newsletter. So don't be afraid to like provide your email. I'm not going to spam your emails for your, um, to try to sell you stuff. That's what the newsletter is going to be for. Also, I know a lot of you, 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern is really tough to get here sometimes because you're either working, you're on lunch or whatever. So because I do this on every single platform out there practically, um, I'm going to be choosing the best day that I feel went through the week. And that exercise lounge that I feel is the best one, I'm going to create a podcast out of it and I'm going to post it out there so that you can go back and watch it. Now you can go watch these again on the replay video if there's a video, but for those that are audio, like Twitter Spaces is only audio and it disappears after a little while. Same with Clubhouse, you can go to our podcast if it's like something you want to listen to and not watch, because sometimes you don't have time to watch or don't want some video on and you just want to listen to something. And I'm also going to transcribe it. I'm going to try transcribing it, but I'm not going to edit the transcribe. It's just I'm not a good writer, so I do have software that will transcribe the audio to words, and so I'm not sure what the transcribing will do. I may briefly go through there just to see, okay, I need to edit these words because they don't make sense, but I'm not going to do a big edit. So if you miss these exercise lounges, just know that I'm going to be putting a podcast and a blog out there or the transcript out there so you can get it. But you can always go back and watch these videos on the different platforms like Instagram or whatever. But if you want the best that I find that I feel is the best, then feel free to go jump over there and do that. Let's see, what else do I have on here. So that's that. Yeah. So I've got that coming up. So the first one should be this week. I'm probably going to be choosing the one from Wisdom because that one was a fun one. I had somebody come up on board. And if you want to know all the different platforms that we're on, so Fridays, 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern is YouTube. Right now, YouTube, I'm looking, and Facebook and that's 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern. Fast forward to Mondays, we're on Instagram Live, and that's 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays, we're on a new app called Wisdom. And if you look up Wisdom, it's got a picture of Albert Einstein, his profile, but you don't see his face. It's just like a profile with no details, and he's got headphones on. That's Tuesdays on 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern. That one seems to be getting a little bit more busy. Last time we had about 50 something people show up, and we had one guest who came up. So I'll be posting that on the podcast this week because I think this person had something good to share with us. And then on Wednesdays, it's Clubhouse and Twitch. And then on Thursdays, I'm going to have to push Thursdays forward a little bit because I'm doing a class. So as I'm taking that class, it's during the time that I believe it's during the time that I would be doing these. But if I may have to move it an hour later, or maybe I'll make it earlier. We'll see what happens. But on Thursdays, it's TikTok and Twitter Spaces. And again, Friday, we're here. So that's what we got going on there. Oh, by the way, coming up soon, just to give you a little more drops of what's coming up. Starting probably after 1 month of the big surprise I've got coming, I'm going to be doing what I'm trying to put together is a Jimmy Fallon type of show on Fridays. I think it's going to be every other week, maybe once a month. I'm not sure. Still, I've been focused on something else right now, but I'm going to come back to that. So starting in October, I once a month or whatever, we're going to have like something like a Jimmy late night show with Jimmy Fallon type of thing. We're going to have special guests come up. We're going to have special guests. I don't know what that's going to look like. Maybe it'll be like one community member, one somebody who's got something that might be helpful for the community. Maybe it's an NFT project. just different things. But then we'll also do some games, just something fun to do. And then after that, so that's October, November, around November time, I should have somebody who's going to be doing HIP programs for us. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it all the time, but if not, then I'll jump in and do some HIP programs. But what it will be like a Zoom or something like that. I haven't decided what that's going to look like. It will definitely be something for all our different memberships. So be on the lookout for that. Still trying to formulate with the person how this is going to work out and what perks we're going to give our gold members and all that. So just trying to work something there. My guess is that's going to come out in November. So, whew, that's a lot. I had a lot to say, but we got, like I said, we got a lot going on this year, trying to do a lot, trying to up our game. But I'm really, really, really excited about what's going to be coming out this month, if not September 1st. And can't wait to deliver that to you all, especially the gold members. Can't wait. It might not like be really great for gold members at first, some of the perks that I got in there, but in the long term, I think you'll appreciate what I'm going to do for you. Um, let's see. What else? I think that's it. That's it for the exercise lounge today. Like I said, this is one of the longest sessions. This week's been a lot because we've been doing a lot. And so, yeah, I'm going to leave it here. So if I don't see you on the other platforms next week, please make sure to come up here or join us. And again, this is supposed to be interactive, so please chat away. Come, ask to come up on stage. If you want to be on YouTube and come on live, I have to set that up beforehand, so let me know, and then I can invite you up and get you part of the live chat here on YouTube. But Facebook, I think I can just go ahead and pull you up whenever I want. So if that's you want to add something to what I'm talking about, feel free. Right now, it's primarily me up here talking, but my vision for these exercise lounges is to provide you a little like tip of something that could be useful. Like today was just do something, um, but mainly get conversations between the community and just have some fun hanging out, meet new people, and that's mainly and be accountable for as a group to each other what we may have going on in our health and fitness world. So, with that, I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope your health and fitness is going well. Please make sure to go and do that free assessment because I think we're almost halfway through the month. Oh, no, no, not yet. But we're getting pretty close to halfway through the month. But yeah, take advantage of that. And thank you again for showing up. Really, really appreciate your time and effort. You don't know how much it means to me just to have, you listen and take the time to out of your day to really change your life with health and fitness. And I hope what I'm bringing as I continue to develop NFT athletic community, I hope that you see that we're uh, morphing into being able to provide more for you than we have in the past. And I never want to stop that progression of providing value for everybody. So, yeah, with that, have a great weekend. Can't wait to see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.